Welcome back to Rival Esports and welcome back to the Summer Open. We're into our grand finals between a big team and a small team. Bim Bam Gamers, in case you're just joining us, have managed 2 upsets over the course of today's stream. First against Complexity and then just now against Veloce. Some pretty close series, and now they face their toughest challenge yet with the Bricks bringing in some brand new blood and some brand new results as a result. They have gone to the quarterfinals and semi-finals of a LAN before, and they are looking very strong. Probably the favorites to win this one. The question really remains, will Bim Bam Gamers actually pull off this insane upset?
I think so. Like, with today's performances, taking into account everything, I think Bim Bam Gamers are looking the stronger team, Jay. The Bricks up against Triple Trouble weren't anything really to write home about. That whole series was a little bit iffy, and, you know, if we were to say anything else, we would be lying. Let's just hope that the Bricks have gone away. They've got their serious socks on and they're ready for this series because they're going to need to be. Though it has been just an absolute monster, Godsmiller has been able to progress that ball upfield like it's nobody's business. And Nolly has just been the king of clutch. He has been absolutely everywhere. The Bricks, they've shown some great performances, of course. Montreal qualifiers, Valencia, yada, yada, yada. And of course, they're going to be at the Beyond the Summit coming up in a few weeks' time. But here, this is where it starts really setting in tone what they're good for. Because you've got to think this is still a very young roster, with a lot only coming in quite recently. So this is all experience for them. And they've set the bar very blooming high straight from the start, haven't they? So here, anything but a win would be an upset for them.
Absolutely, yes. It's got to be said that the Bricks are expected to win this series. I think they're expecting to do so. I think we're both going prediction the Bricks favor of them. But Bim Bam Gamers showing a lot of potential, a lot of potential over the course of their 2 victories today. And like, I would be remiss not to count them out. You know, I'd say that they certainly have a decent shout to put at least the game.
65-35 in favor of the Bricks, just gone to 64, and that all comes down to today's sort of results. That's why I think Bim Bam Gamers have got such a good margin for them. It's a fair prediction on the poll there, so let's just see how it unfolds.
Here we go, it's grand finals time, game 1 and best of 7 rules. On the blue side it will be the Bricks, in the orange it's Bim Bam Gamers looking to continue their upset run. It's already a pinch in Nolly with a dunk down chance right onto the blue net. It goes off the crossbar, so aggressive starts once again from the Bim Bam side as Doe tries to control it in. Godsmiller to the backboard. Nolly here with a demo on speed, but Cooks is there to defend against it, and Nolly can come forward, go for a strike, but it's a little bit late to the marker. They've adjusted, they've defended, they've got the clear out on the Bricks side, and they're going to continue to pepper on the backboard as a lot gets a shot close to the marker, but in the end bouncing off the post. It's no goal scored in the first 40 seconds.
Yeah, Bricks already looking miles better, but that miss from a lot could hurt them though. On the charge, Jay, see what he can do. He's got Nolly for assistance. They were trying to go in for a nice little shadow play. Nolly unfortunately going a little wide there, but you can see one after the other. This Bim Bam Gamers side are ready and raring for this, and they're really flowing with each other immaculately.
Ball off the backboard. It's Godsmiller here to try and counter-attack it here. Defensive being held pretty confidently by the Bim Bam side. They were very confident in their backline against Veloce throughout most of the course of their series, so let's see if they can continue that against the Brick side. Speed with the demo on Godsmiller though. A lot's going to try and leave it. Dunk down for Cooks to take the shot, but it will not end up happening. The defensive holds true in spite of the big demos coming out from the Bricks squad. Bim Bam Gamers continuing to hold back in the orange half though. No real opportunities for the breakaways. A couple of good clears coming in. Nolly and Godsmiller now. Chance on the net. It will go far wide to the right-hand side, and the lot's got a lot of room to breathe, so no trouble for him to get that out of contention. Nolly will still try challenge straight into Godsmiller. Great pass, but even better intercept from Cooks here. So far, both sides are trying to feel each other out in this early game. It's looking like pretty solid stuff.
Yeah, but you right now got to look at the boost situation. Though has been stealing away from the Bricks. Currently at this moment in time, you look at it, lots on 31, speed is down to 25, and Cooks was the only one to pick up a 100 tank. It's the complete opposite for the Bim Bam Gamers, and they're trying to play long con on this and get Rule 2 out in full force between Though and Speed. Speed is not going to do a knife night. He does not leave a date early.
Nolly Challenges Cooks here and a lot. Good intercepts on their part. Speed and though, Rule 2 in full effect. They're not moving from that corner. A lot will try and go for it as a result. They're locked in. That's the real battle right here. Those two right now. Noli flicking it up, Cooks it over to the other side. Godsmiller will try and shoot to score. A lot will get the save. And I think they're still going at it. A lot to the backboard. Godsmiller here for the save. Will be able to get it out. They are still going. Guys, there's a match to be played. Noli, sideboard coming in for the dribble. Flip reset. It's going to be a bit too late for that one. But it will be set up by Godsmiller to try and go for the strike. Cooks it, takes it over. And a lot and Cooks will join their teammate in the corner. Flick up, Cooks bumped away. Noli with a save.
No commitment issues here at all coming out from those two, Jay. Noli on the run, he's got a lot of control, but not unfortunately able to get it past. Looked fancy, but didn't do the required work. We're essentially witnessing a 2v2, ladies and gentlemen, at home. Who says it does not make good competitive Rocket League?
I can't do this, man. Godsmiller and Noli trying to get a counter attack. They really could use a third man, I believe, to be honest.
Yeah.
A lot bouncing off the backboard. Oh, no! Noli trips it in. And there we go. Finally, it's been broken. Bust on the board. And it goes to favor of the boys in blue.
This is clearly the darkest timeline. But that to end with an own goal, I'm not happy. Rule number 2, fully enforced. I see a lot of people saying rule number 1. You're all wrong. You need to do your research.
Yep.
Go back to school, please, Reddit scrubs. But 1-0 up is nothing. That could be changed around. There's still over a minute left in this game, Jay. Let's just see what the Bim Bam Gamers can do from here.
Speed, respect, and even more so respect for both players get respect. Speed over to Cooks here, finally contributing here, pass in, but it goes off the back of the backboard. And Godsmiller into the corner. Noli's up to try and tee it off. Speed will clear it away, and Godsmiller will try and readjust for it. He's got a decent dribble. We'll leave it for a teammate. Noli with a dunk down, a lot with a save though, comes in with a follow. And Noli gets the save!
Noli,
Two big mistakes from his own goal and now an own save. 30 seconds left as Godsmiller gets it back off the backboard, cleared away over to Cooks here, passing from a lot, a 2-0 for the Bricks.
I'm a little bit upset, of course, with that save from Noli, but all I can say is we're in for one hell of a treat with this series, Jay. This has already been a bundle of fun. It can only get better.
Well, what do you say after that? Well, Noli will try and recover things off the backboard into though. It's going to be challenged by one player on the defensive. And Godsmiller comes up with a recovery of his own right, taken away by the likes of Cooks here. A lot eventually gets that clear back downfield. Nice open net. Gods will cut it off before it gets there. But Speed will keep the pressure rolling. Cooks here dropping it back down. Speed also missing. A lot challenging onto though. That one's going in. Oh, actually not quite, but that one will. That one will. There you go. 3-0 on 3 shots. And the Bricks will take a pretty decent game at number 1.
It was a very good fun game number 1. One-sided in the end, but I don't think that really tells the truth of it. You know, we all watched that. It was fairly even. There was great moments coming out from the Bim Bam Gamers. Lots of fun, of course, amongst the midst of it. And we'll just have to see how the rest of the series goes. It's a best of 7, Jay. It's a real long one.
Yeah, it's going to be a real long one if we keep seeing stuff like that. But the Bricks, in the end, still coming out on top, as mostly expected there. And, you know, I think it was much just sort of like the standard sort of game, you know, where you're expecting the Bricks to be able to take dominating force, good clearance and counter-attacks, you know, just good attacks in general overall from those guys. Yes, they played half the match in 2v2, but I think it just kind of highlights really the level that these guys are playing at right now. Yeah, I mean, you know, the standard first game, I think that's what everyone was expecting to see.
I don't think anyone's expecting to see that, Jay.
Other than Rule 2, okay?
But everyone's pleased with it, okay? Everyone's happy, everyone's having good fun. It's the Summer Open, it's Rival Esports. What else do you expect? Apart from real good vibes here. Let's just see how this one unwinds. I don't know how Noli got out of the corner with the ball. Amazing.
Over out the challenge into the midfield onto a counter-attack. We will go here for the Bim Bam Gamers. The Bricks back out, though, to the ceiling, off to the corner. Godsmiller here for the dunk down, a lot will take it away. Booms it over to Speed, who booms it back downfield. A very, very fast one, and if that was on target, no chance Doe and Co was saving it. Noli controls in again, tries to tee it off the Doe. We're a little bit out of position, and a lot can come in with the save for it. 100 Blues picked up as well. Can he get on the defensive, but Doe to the backboard. Godsmiller here, Noli with a redirect, but he can only take it out further to the midfield. It's Cooks it, goes back down the other side. Doe over to Gods. Down over to the midfield, Speed again with the challenge, and though trying his best to take it away, but so far slow not from either side. A minute in and we're still all zeroed out.
Bim Bam Game is really struggling on the defense here, Jay. Too much pressure being put on. It was only a matter of time before we saw a goal. Great pressure coming out from the Bricks.
There you go. 1-0. Again, the Bricks starting things off on the right foot here.
As well. It's just how it's so unnatural, like when it breaks apart, the Stay Puft dude, where it just sort of like falls apart. Like the glutiness of it. Ugh. I don't know, it's just so unappealing.
Oh, each to their own. I kind of like it, it's alright. First on the board here. Again for the Bricks. They're going to try to see if they can get a second. Nice shot into Speed. So quick on his part. Noli there with a save. Low will go up and control. Godsmiller also looking to try and push it out of the way. It stays in the midfield for the moment. Two players out of position, and Noli passes out to Godsmiller. Beats out Cooks here as well. Bounce back into the centre. Chance for Doe to try and strike, but he's going back to boost. So a little bit of mismanagement on the part of the Bim Bam side. And it returns over to the Orange Half as a result. A lot bouncing off the ceiling, back into Speed, trying to out-fake it. Actually, he got a touch in. And that's a second on the ball for the Bricks.
I'm not even quite sure what on earth happened here. Oh, Speed got that little touch. I thought it was a flyby. Okay, that is impressive. Cooks here with the Moy as well. Can you guys see that at home? No. Simpson, sometimes you just got to enable in-game chat, buddy. I know it'd be covered up by the score bug, but missing out some quality content.
Godsmiller lead his team back into contention, hopefully without a little bit of luck and with all skill. Noli passing back over to Doe, perfectly set up for him. It's off to the backboard, and Godsmiller nowhere to be seen on the offensive play. They still have a little bit of blue side pressure as Doe dunks it back down inside that box. Again, no one on the ground to keep that angle going. Noli will be denied. Godsmiller to the backboard, straight in over to the midfield. Two players there to receive it. Doe will challenge on towards Cooks here. Demos out on Speed, bumps out a lot. Chance for Noli. Again, it's too high. Godsmiller there with a nice open net, and he still misses it out. Cooks here can once again be allowed full control of the midfield. A couple of good challenges coming in, but they need to get a goal out of this. And so far, the shots have just not been there. But a Bim Bam Gamers defensive will hold, but still 2 minutes to go and still 2 goals to make up.
Yeah, after that loss, I don't even know, because at the moment when we look at just how the Bim Bam Gamers are playing, it's not as quick, it's not as aggressive as what we saw from them recently in their last series against Veloce. You can see they're struggling a little bit here. The accuracy isn't so in tune as it was before. This is looking a little bit better, but still too slow in their passing plays.
Though dribble up, passing, and Noli, there we go.
Better.
That's more like the Bim Bam we just saw. First on the board for the Gamers in this series. And now they can mount up a decent opportunity against the Bricks.
Yeah, 1 minute 34 to get 1 goal. Well within the realm of possibility for the Bim Bam Gamers. If I'm the Bricks right now, Jay, we're probably just thinking, okay, we need to just try and get aggressive, score another, and then seal it out with a 2-0 lead. Nearly to be done from Speed there.
Cooks here on target, blocked out by Doe a lot with a recovery. And that's all you need to put the 2-goal lead back in play for the Bricks.
Poor opening here, of course. Defense not lined up properly in their positioning. We have to look, though. That was a massive commitment downfield coming out from the Bricks. They really were desperate to just throw it all into that chance and came out with aces.
Speed set up to Cooks here. Good shot. Going to go wide of the marker, unfortunately, for the Bricks, but it doesn't matter too much. They've still got 2 in advantage, and Noli pitching it back over to Gods, tees it up, and a lot Over to the sideboard, though again intersecting. Punt trying to get out towards Godsmiller, but he's just not quite in the right positions. There are such great opportunities being set up by his teammates, but he's not always there. He's rotating back the booster, just slightly out of angle. Though on the other hand, he's just not going to shoot accurately, and nobody this time is the man out of position for the pass. Low still with 100 points of boost, going to try and carry it further forward, out of time for the flip, and Godsmiller here to recover after Noli also double committed, and in the end it will not go in for the Bim Bam Gamers once again.
Clock is winding down, and it's looking ever so much a little bit grimmer for the Bim Bam Gamers. They need to get back in this series. You don't want to be 2-0 down. You do not want to be into a fairly heavy deficit, but it looks like it's the only way that they're going to be going.
20 seconds on the clock, 3 goals to make up. You must imagine this is going to be it. 2-0 so far for the Bricks in this series, and they have been looking just as confident as you would expect a team like this to be looking. Unfortunately, Bim Bam not finding the formula against these guys. They found it against Cole, they found it against the Veloce side. Here against the Bricks, it seems like things are going to be struggling a bit more out here. Will they try and readjust? Will they take one of those 60-second pauses like we've seen them do so far today, and you know, try their hand essentially at one of these kinds of almost tactical pauses, I guess you could say, for their side?
Well, they're going to need to, and I hope they do as well, because they really need change up. Like I said, their plays are just that little bit more sloppy. You can see both teams actually taking a little bit of time here. Okay, that's an interesting one. We'll see how that all sums up. Though and Nolly, the last two ready up in this lobby, of course. You guys at home can see that. Before we go back to Munjay's lovely faces on the big main long screens, whatever you want to call that slide, that scene in OBS. But just right now, when we look at the Bim Bam Games, it is essentially just their shot accuracy. Their passing isn't as slick as it was earlier, is it, Jay? They're just not playing with as much pace. If they can just up that, it's going to take a lot of boost, and it's a whole sort of like a tumbling effect. It's an avalanche, essentially. You've got to gain control boost, then you've got to gain control ball, and then the accuracy can come into play. And it's a lot of knock-on effects, and it's a lot easier said than done.
Absolutely, you know, it's just a case of trying to convert those shots into actual goals. They got 8 shots over the course of that entire game, and only one of them actually went in on their part. So little bit of you know, a little bit of work to be done, to say the least, on their part, but they are getting a little bit potential set up, you know, again, all about converting that pressure into offensive. So here we go, game number 3.
It's been a weird one today. Twitch chat has been weird today. I love it.
I haven't got that open, so I can't see what's going on. Either way, Noli passing over to Godsmiller. Backboard into the sideboard, into the corner. It will be played out. Noli trying to drop it back down into the centre line. Shots available for though, but a lot comes in with a stave, and a lot more pressure coming out, shot after shot here in the early part of the Bim Bam Gamers. Noli tried to set up though for another opportunity at the redirect. He misses though, as Speed just inserts himself with a bit of presence and keeps it away. Godsmiller back in with control, but you can only take it so far. Speed with a challenge though, with a dunk down. Nice open net, and there we go. Finally, the pressure. This is what we want to see more out of the Bim Bam Gamers.
Yeah, brilliant 50 coming out from Gods to put the ball up high, and though beating Speed to the ball. Cooks here went for the long rotation on net, thinking that Speed would get the block there, and so they got caught off guard. Only took them 38 seconds. There's a lot of time left in this game for the Bricks to be able to strike back, but that second goal is oh so sweet.
Nicely done. Smiller up to the backboard. Noli ready for the dunk down. No one there to try and intercept it. A nice defensive attempt from Speed, but it was not enough today. 2-0 for the boys in orange. Bim Bam Gamers continue to try and mount things up. They get some pretty decent kickoffs as well, but no real shots coming out.
Maybe the lads of Bim Bam Gamers were just given a handicap over the Bricks. They're trying to play a bit fairer, give them 2 games and then see what they can do from there.
Please don't entertain that idea, because that throws all analysis out the window. Godsmiller booming it downfield. No, you're going to shut up now. Though with the shots, and no one can adjust for it. A lot down from the heavens, but too quickly on that one. It's a 3-0 for Bim Bam.
I'm just saying, Jay, we got a couple of hustlers in the room. Such language, such body language coming out from the lads.
3-0, and again, kickoffs instantly into these blue corners. Noli there just against it here. Demos are coming in again for the Bricks side. Godsmiller will come forward. Taking it over to the corner here. Noli booms it back down to the mid-center, though again trying to set up a shot. Noli set up for the secondary opportunity, but taken away by Speed on the backboard, and Cooks here with the counter-attack. 100 boots can get stolen, but Noli instantly in with the demo. Takes him out of any contention. The ball will be on target. Noli tossing up towards those in the midfield. A lot will be there to intercept it. No troubles for him. Some good counter-attacks and interceptions from these boys into the center for Cooks here, but he misses as though he gets the defensive. Noli gets the defensive as well, and everyone's committed on this one. Could be a breakaway chance for Gods. Goes for the ceiling shot, and the dribbles up. Flip reset opportunity. No. Cooks here able to deny it, and does get that saving in the end.
Hey, if it was 2 years ago, that ceiling shot would have been an easy goal in the net. Players are just too sort of caught up on their mechanics these days. And so stuff like that is way too simple to save because you're used to it. You read it. You get that at even, I don't know, low GC games quite fairly often. So you've got to really pull out these defenders. And that's what they were doing earlier, the Bim Bam gamers, with these hits like this. You can see the follow through. Exactly that. First hit, pulled out the defender. The second one following through, put them in a really tricky situation.
And now it starts to look like the Bim Bam gamers that we hoped to see in this matchup. 4-0 at halftime against the Bricks. What do you say? The coordination again to try and bait in the defensive looking really, really good. One whistle on that kickoff. Cooks will come up to try and get the first strike in over at the orange half and continue to hold the midfield control. Passing to a lot. Back over to Speed. Great team sequence, but cut off by Though at the very last hurdle. Now he'll get back downfield. Noli here to try and challenge onto a locked position into the corner. Now Godsmiller. Next man up to face. Looking towards Cooks in position. Speed goes up, dumps down opportunity. Noli bumps out of the way. Godsmiller will get back in time though, and no one wants to commit to that one on the Bricks side. A lot will keep the mid control. Noli also challenges for blue side pressure control. Into the corner once again. Cooks here. 1 points of boost. Passing it over to Speed. Looking to try and boom it downfield as it usually does. A little bit lighter on the ball this time. That allows Noli a little bit of control. Counter attack in from Though to the backboard. Dunk down chance. This is where he throws, but he misses. These are for Gods, and Gods makes the best of it. 5-0 to Bim Bam Gamers.
I just feel sorry for Cooks in goal here. Like, he has got no chance in hell to be able to read this, and so it's just so close. Sorry, and the lot as well. Brilliant attack coming out, near enough opening up so many options for them. The goal wide open, near enough hitting it point blank as well. Bim Bam Gamers really turned it up. Like, again, I don't know what it is that makes them be able to do that, and Speed, he's just being a copycat here. This is nice.
Nicely done, Cooks here. Allowing everyone to bait themselves into the left-hand side, and the first to be scored finally by the Bricks. 1 minute and 37 left to go on the clock, though, and still 4 to the equal scoreline at this stage. Bacon. Work cut out for them, to say the least. Cooks here, trying to set something up over to the orange half. The ball's back in the blue side, though, as are the rest of the Bim Bam players. Though, over to Gods, Cooks here, and Speed watching out for their opportunities. That is a lot coming into the midfield. Gods spin up. Flips it back over, Speed with a dunk down chance, taken away by Though into this corner one more time. Gods takes it up high, pretty dangerous and not a lot of boost to get it out of the way. We'll take it to the corner where Noli can do a bit more with it. Cooks here challenges Noli again, also blocking a chance. Though goes forward, Speed gets up and over. Though with a redirect opportunity, the Speed will beat him to the ball. No real worries at this moment. 60 seconds left, Speed on target, actually too far wide. Gods will still be there for the save regardless.
When you look at the rest of this series, Jay, just notice how the Bricks are going to be adjusting. They've definitely strengthened after getting that goal, but they're looking to try and cement themselves into midfield and get a lot more passing plays off the backboards themselves as well, as shown by Speed there.
Oh, no!
Gods, you okay, buddy?
What are you doing? Gods! What was that?
I don't even know. That was... No. That's got to be a purpose own goal. I do not know what he was doing there.
It doesn't matter in the grand scale of things, because obviously it's still a 3-goal deficit, but imagine a world in which the breakaway happened and they managed to, oh no, Gods is going to turn it around. Oh, not actually. A lot comes in with a pitch and a save. Noli to the backboard. Chance is still available for him and co, but all the pressure being applied by the Bim Bam Gamers should be enough to secure their first game in the series. 15 seconds for 3 goals. It's just not happening with the pacing currently being played out here by the boys in orange. And indeed, the final 10-second countdown will confirm what we already know. One good shot in, no, too far wide again from Speed. And yeah, the bounce out, it's all over. 2-1 in the series, still to the favor of the Bricks, but Bim Bam game was a pretty impressive game 3 to show us what they could potentially still do here over the course of the next 45 to 30 minutes.
And showing us what they've got to keep on doing, Jay. This is a massively highly intensive playstyle that the Bim Bam gamers are playing, and so you've got to be constantly on the edge of your seat, always ready. Good reaction times as well. And they're going to have to carry that on through because it's the only strategy that I can see beating out the Bricks just because it's so hard to play against. The problem is that I can't see them keeping that mentality up. And that's why in the last series against Veloce, you saw them have a couple of games where they just fell off. It was almost like rest games, essentially, where after they'd gone 2 goals down or so, they were just like, right, let's just sum this up and just have a bit of a relax and try and think about where we need to develop into those games. The problem is, in this series, they can't do that. They're already 2 games down. They just got themselves 1 game. They need to get another to even the playing field. They're writing themselves a real difficult story right now, the Bim Bam gamers, if they want to be the underdog team going through and winning everything.
Oh,
okay.
Wow! Talk about difficult stories. Bricks want to make it a bit more difficult for themselves. What happened here? Though, shots and Speed is the man that makes the mistake this time. Well, hard G's.
Speed, you feeling all right, buddy? He's just put in chat as well. He had that coming. He knew. Karma kicking in him. But Cook's here. The Rocket God himself, essentially, is just going to keep that, you know, redeemed, serviceable. 20 seconds, we've already had 1 goal from both teams, Jay.
Yeah, let's forget about the first 20 seconds of that game, though, to be honest. I think that probably is best
What
to
first 20
confine
seconds,
that.
sorry?
Yeah, so kickoff for game number 4 here between the Bim
New
Bam
nil
gamers.
between these 2 teams.
Yeah, of course, right about now. It's all evened up as we start things off to try see if the Bricks can get to match point. Nolly and Godsmeller will try and get something set up to the blue half. A lot. And Speed coming in. Cooks here, trying to block it down. Nolly, good shot. It's over to the post, though. And Speed will be able to get it out of contention, at least for the moment here.
Notice the pass is about, and although Rin needed to get a touch on that, but unfortunately a little bit too wide. Oh, what a clanger. Coming out from Speed, crossbar down. This was actually so nice. Great little forward pass there from a lot as well to find him.
And Speed knowing to shoot up as well, knowing that there's no one on the backboard, no one in the net that can try and challenge for that. It's only Noli on the ground, so second scored, oh sorry, first scored by the, I'm gonna do that, the Bricks leading by a single goal. Noli off to the sideboard, controls off the ceiling, passes back down. Speed with a big old miss, but a lot with a big old save. Trying to beat out Though here for the counter attack. It leaves it out for Speed to come forward and go for the challenge. Godsmeller over to the corner. Though with 50 points of boost, flicks it past Cooks here challenging. Godsmeller booms it down the other end of the field onto the backboard. A lot is there to receive it and booms it back down the other end. Noli and Speed challenging for control, passing in towards a lot, and it will be Godsmeller just getting it out of contention. Though pass back over to Noli. Tees it up with a little bit of a dribble. Speed also pushed out of the way, up towards Though. Backboard touch, second opportunity, not going to happen for him. As Cooks it is again able to save.
Be interested to see what Cooks does with this ball. A little bit too much pace across the net, unfortunate. Naturally, if you're going for a pinch, Jay, it's quite hard to dictate the pace. It's just basically fast, super fast, or incredibly fast. You don't have much of a choice with it unless you hit the ball just near a flat on and kill it. Great little throw downfield there from Though as well.
Godsmeller to recover to the backboard. Speed's there to put it out to the right-hand side. Noli comes up, flips first, trying to see if he can get a good touch in against the ball. Can only go so far with this one, and Though and Gods both committing to this ball. There's no one in the defense as a result. Speed almost got a confident touch. It's fortunate he didn't, else that would have been a 3-1 right there for the Bricks. A little bit of stroke of luck right now for the Bim Bam gamers, but they're not out of the woods just yet. The pressure is being applied. And Though and Gods will be able to break away eventually. Finally, a little bit of a chance, but a lot quick to try and return 2 players to defend against. Flick past the first, backboard into Speed. Noli here to save it. He's not going to make it happen. 3-1, and the Bricks will secure the 2-goal lead.
Great little sequence and good setup there from a lot. Pulling out one player. Noli, of course, having to commit, trying to be the last man back. unfortunately could not get to the ball when Speed swooped on in to be able to get the finishing goal. 2 minutes and 22 left, Jay, for 2 goals. It's almost poetic from the Bim Bam Gamers.
Oh,
no.
double commit. Nice open net for Cooks here to score on it. No, he just couldn't get back to save that one this time. And things are falling apart for the Bim Bam Gamers here. 4-1 on the board. That might be the series scoreline if they're not careful at this rate.
Yeah, I've got nothing to add to that. Serious shade coming out, Jay, don't get me wrong. But with how the Bricks have suddenly turned it up, this is a completely different team to what we saw in the semi-finals.
Oh, look, still signs of life coming out from their semi-final squad. Though, nice dunk down, finding the one gap in the fence. No, he's setting up the backboard. Both Cooks and a lot making a big mistake right there. So there you go. Though, bringing them within 2 goals of the lead here. It's still possible. It's just a little bit difficult. That's the main issue right now. Is that 2 minutes is not the most worst situation in the world. The problem is that if they lose another goal out here against the Bricks, then that might throw their chances right down the toilet.
It really could, and they've got to be careful. At this point, Jay, you've got to weigh up 2 different sums. Do you keep that really high-octane play style like that, so close from Nolly, trying to put the weight of the world on his shoulders? Or do you play it a little bit more defensive and safe? I'm going to say you got to put the whole high octane, because that seems to be their best style. And when you've got 1:30 left, yes, it's only 2 goals to get, but they've got to pull out something magical, essentially, to be able to get those 2 goals.
Minute and 20, Nolian though having some great shots, putting out to no man's land, which gives a perfect opportunity for Cooks to get it back down to the orange half. This is not what Bim Bam Gamers need. They can't afford a counter attack. They need a goal pretty quickly as well. Speed and a lot now on the attacking force for the Bricks side as Cooks shoots and no one's there to defend it. 5-2, Bricks looking like they're going to run away with this game. Some serious adjustments need to be made by Bim Bam. I have doubts they can make 3 work at 20 seconds apiece.
Yeah, Gods was on the rotate back, though needed boost, so naturally that little crossover and rotation happens. The problem was that Cooks here caught them just in that, say, 2-second window where they were vulnerable. And I reckon that is game number, oh blimey, what are we on, 5 now? No, 4. We're on game 4. Done and dusted.
Cooks a lot, both players. The ball in, trying to set something up. Good passing from Though to Noli, but Speed recognises the danger and gets it out of contention. Gods will come forward again. Back to the backboard, no one there to receive it. And again, everyone just falling back for boost on the Bim Bam side. Not able to commit far forward enough. Though to Gods, Speed cuts it off, intercepts, Cooks it, takes it higher. And Noli will try to get it off the backboard to keep it away. But that 30-second gong just sounded about 10 seconds ago. And they are completely out of time here for the Bim Bam Gamers. Might have to look for the match point comeback against the Bricks. 10 seconds remain. Godsmiller intercepted by a lot, though will tee it up. Speed, however, takes to the backboard. Second touch opportunity, and he's not missing that one. 6-2, that's the final nail in the coffin on game number 4. A 3-1 series for the Bricks. 1 more, and they will be the champions of the summer.
Yeah, and you got to think right now, the mentality for the Bim Bam Gamers, they just beat the Bricks 5-2 and 4, you know, they're up on cloud 9, essentially a great job from that, a real devastating goal margin, and then Bricks come in and do a 6-2 on them, 1 up in them essentially. If I'm the Bim Bam Gamers, you're going to be a little bit nervous going into this next game because it is match points to your opponents. The Bricks looking so good now.
Yeah, much of the expectation of many, I believe, as well. You know, Bim Bam Gamers certainly have had their opportunities, have certainly had their moments to shine, especially against Complexity and Veloce. But here against the Bricks, it feels like this is a bit more of a step too far in terms of the challenges that they can surmount. Again, we are seeing some signs of life from these guys, you know, though with his double touch chances, not only with his passing plays, Godsmiller trying to set things up for his teammates occasionally, but some of those same issues that sort of plagued them over in the Veloce series are also present here. You know, the issue of no one being in the midfield, no one able to pick up the boost and able to try to be that third man that strikes eventually, you know, like some of these problems that Bim Bam Gamers probably could benefit from if they had that pressure against the Bricks. Maybe we could be seeing a few more goals out of them, maybe we could be seeing a couple more games out of them, you know?
Yeah, and when you look at it on paper, this isn't a surprise to us, Jay, is it really? You know, you've got the Bricks, a very stable RLCS team, and more recently actually even stronger than that, arguably a top 4 RLCS team in the EU. Anyway, going up against a team that's fairly newly formed, though Godsmiller and Nolly all on different teams, well, less than a month ago now. And so this just shows the level that EU has. It's all about that depth and how they can bring it out. But if it was to end 4-1 right now, I don't think really before today anyone would be surprised. We have to give massive credit at any rate to this Bim Bam Gamers side. They have been phenomenal and hope to see even more great things from them in the future. But I'm not counting them out the full like near enough reverse sweep just yet. They've still got more life in them and they could pull a little bit of an upset, at least 1 or 2 games.
Nolly over to the SPAC board, a lot there for the dunk down. Speed will tee it off and up to the upper 90, bouncing it off the crossbar and scoring the first for his team within just the first 60 seconds. Another great start by the Bricks and looking to try and put this series to bed.
Great forcing of the issue there from a lot. Didn't actually even get the touch. He had hit an opponent into the ball essentially. And then Speed, great control. You notice him with the bat flip, slowing it down because any other type of hit, and that would have gone higher. Goal.
Look at Speed and Cooks, they're so efficient in the counter-attack as well. Straight onto that backboard, couldn't quite get the touch in for the dunk, but it doesn't matter too much. Cooks here will eventually find his opportunity, and he will not miss the second time. No one in the net this time, but the Bim Bam game is trying to commit too hard to this one, and they will lose out as a result. 2-0 again for the Bricks. A nice confident start, and this is just easy enough for them.
And you got to look at Cooks, one of the OGs coming in from SARP as well. And he has always been at the top of the game. It's so impressive that he can do it. And then, of course, you've got players like Speed that, what, a year and a half ago, was only just getting GC. You know, this is a lad. You've got near enough the young blood really coming on through and showing their worth, going and pairing up. Okay, with the OGs. Godsmiller's been around for a while. Look at that RLRS Season 2, of course, back with SIBO in those days. And a brilliant read there. A lot leaving the open route, and of course everyone else stuck in that corner. Let's go Bim Bam Gamers. I think we need a little bit of hype from chat, give them their energy, you know?
Yeah, if you voted for them, now's the chance to try and make your vote a reality. Right now it's a 2-1 series, no, 2-1 game, excuse me. Over and out to the center line. Cooks here there with a boom downfield, and Nolly will come up with the save. Godsmiller back down to the other end of the field, trying to set up the pressure again. He got the nice 50-50 challenge for the opening goal here for the Bim Bam Gamers side. Nolly goes up high again from the ceiling to the floor. Godsmiller's there to receive it. Bouncing back, it's Cooks here also beaten out by Though. Back over to the center line again. Speed beaten out one. Nolly back up to the ceiling, off to the backboard, potentially available for him. No, Speed will be able to take that away and get it right back over to the orange half. A lot also challenging though, taking it to the corner. God's got to get back and set up some sort of defensive. Cooks bumped out of the way. Actually, this could be a pretty decent opportunity for him, but a lot again comes in just in time to keep the pressure going. Almost goes for a shot, but it's a bit too close to the post. So therefore, there will not be a goal scored by this time. Half time coming up, and it's still 2-1 in favour of the Bricks. Still trying to make it a third at this stage, but the pressure looking like it's going to get let off a little bit for the moment. I say that, and a lot immediately responds, goes for a shot, but Though comes in with a save.
And that's because of the poor clearance coming out from Godsmiller. They've got to be careful.
Ooh.
Great clutch defense, body blocking that ball. They've got to try and pass their way out of defense, because you look at this, at the moment, they hit up into the air, and they're just getting blocked out in the midfield by anyone from the Bricks. They've got their number, and oh, a little mistake. Gives a golden opportunity for Nolly.
That one slipped past Speed, I think it might have done,
Yeah.
rolling off the ceiling crease. Nolly
bounced out a little bit.
waterfalls it and gets the second in. Okay, now this is turned on. Now there's a chance available for the orange side of the court. They just have to make sure they don't concede the next goal. Though will be there to try and do so. Past Cooks here, looking for a second waterfall. It will go out to the corner, and a lot is here to try and challenge for that contention. Past Godsmiller, Speed there to receive it. Actually misses a lot, going to take control instead. Godsmiller still challenging though, going to get to the backboard, get ready for Cooks there to try and strike down into Speed. Great infield pass, and it works once again. Textbook Rocket League to gain the lead back to the Bricks.
Yep, and I think that Speed redeemed for that little whiff up above his net. Brilliant banger of a hit, 135 kph, and a great little pass into him, of course. The Bricks regain the lead, 1 minute 52 remaining, but it's only one goal separating them. a lot can still happen in these final moments.
Cooks it. Good shot on target. Slow ball. No issue there for Godsmiller to save. Speed. Leaves it up to the backboard. Godsmiller again there to try and hold down the control. A lot. Cooks look for their opportunity. Here comes the shot in. Nice angle from a lot, but it's not quite on target. Very difficult one to hit, so don't blame him too much. And Noli comes in with a nice dribble back down to the other end of the field. It's Speed. Challenge and put it back over. Godsmiller challenging, demoed out by Speed as he comes back in as the timer continues to tick lower and lower. It's only 1 goal in deficit. Still a chance for Bim Bam Gamers, but if Bricks keep this pressure going, then it's not going to be a chance opening up. There's a lot in Speed again, return back over, good one, Waterfall down, opportunity, taken over by Noli.
Yeah, and God's being able to get the hit. Can he get a second one? Yes, he can. Putting on a lot of threat. Now it all comes down to this charge coming out from the Bim Bam Gamers. Good little block from Speed, nullifies everything. Cooks here with the demo, that should free it up, but no. Though, steps in, tries to deflate the situation, but Speed is keeping this pressure going.
30 seconds left at the backboard, though Godsmiller both trying to get down to the blue half. Again, it's control out for Cooks and Speed. Get over to the corner, bounce up to the mid-center. Opportunities available. Demo in on Noli, going to take some of the offensive pressure back out. Cooks challenges, Godsmiller bounce into the box. No second player there to receive it. Those are going to back off. Noli's going to try and retain. 10 seconds to the backboard though. Going to try and keep it alive. Chance available. No one's in the net, but Godsmiller takes it to the left-hand side. The chances are wasted though. Back in, Gods tries to take control, bounces over to those position and leaves it up for Noli to try and strike, but Speed gets up higher and beats into the ball, tries to kill it on the floor, and he's successful with it as well. The Bricks, a 4-1 series, will be the champions of the Summer Open in relatively dominant fashion as well. Again, some signs of life being shown by the Bim Bam Gamers, but not quite enough this case. Again, a step too far in order for them to take down the Bricks.
Yeah, when we looked at the lineup coming into today, I think the Bricks was, amongst us casters, probably the favorite team to win it all, Jay. So we're not surprised about that, but the big surprise and the big talking point of the day is this Bim Bam Gamers side. Let's just hope it's not a flash in the pan, it's just not a one-weekend fling, and that they can stick together and near enough fortify some solid foundations, because this could be a seriously impressive roster coming in to the RLRS plans coming up in what? Probably just over a month's time.
Absolutely, you know, Bim Bam Gamers, if they stick together, I do hope they kind of do, because they've shown a lot of potential in this roster. I still think there's some rotational mistakes still in their sort of camp. You know, again, there was a lot of opportunities that they wasted because they weren't fully committed to a lot of these plays back in the midfield without boost a lot of the time. But I saw a lot of potential, you know, again, though I think really impressed me today. I absolutely loved his style of play, loved his dunk downs, loved his offensive pressure. It was beautiful stuff from him, and I'm quite excited to see what he can do individually over the course of the next couple of months. Again, as you say, RLRS plans coming up very, very soon. I believe there's a qualifier for Beyond the Summit, if I recall correctly. I'm not 100% certain on that one. So
there's no qualifiers, it's all invited.
There is no qualifier, so ignore everything I just said back then. But regardless,
Jay,
potential and talent in that roster, and that's what I'm excited about.
You know what there is qualifiers for? The NA portion of the Summer Open next weekend, buddy. Next Saturday is the Open qualifiers for the NA Summer Open. Then Sunday, we will be bringing you the exact same format. 4 invited teams going up against 4 qualified teams for $1,500 here on Rival Esports. So if you want to keep, linked into that, make sure to head on over to Twitter. And just right above me, just right up there, there might just be a follow button. Hit that. Get notified, and of course, when we go live next weekend, it'll come up, ping you, and of course, you can tune on into all that Rocket League goodness.
But until that point, though, that's going to be it from us here from the European team and from the European Summer Open. Congratulations to the Bricks, commiserations to Bim Bam Gamers. You got far, but in the end, I think the right team won the tournament today. So big stuff again. Big up to the boys and everyone competing behind the scenes. Everybody who's also managing stuff like our moderators, the admins and the managers, and everybody else. Of course, Simpson, our lovely broadcaster. Everyone who makes this all possible. Big thank you from us, and big thank you from the viewers as well. And big thank you to you for watching. Again, we'll see you back here next week. Till then, though, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.